Hey everybody, you're back with Joey Ciccone on the Connected Show, World Center of Broadcast Media. Now keep in mind, we've had over 55 different connected, made guys, friends of mine. Today we talk with Artie Pasquale out of The Sopranos. And now, Art, I got to ask you the question, man. I got to ask it, but you can plead the fifth. But I got to ask it. Were you ever associated with any connected guys?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking. Is that you guys? I wait a minute. I spent.
Connected guy? What do you mean? There's no such thing as connected guy.
Wait a minute.
Like the mafia, there's no such thing as the mafia.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I love. That's always my.
In my life, I've done a lot of influential people. Let's call it influential.
That's always my answer in life. I had to ask you, but I'm going to just take that answer. I love it so much. The word is omerta, and we just keep it that way. What mafia? What are you talking about? Forget about it. Was the show, this is from...
I'll tell you a quick story here.
Go ahead.
I don't know how I sound on the radio there, but...
Sound good.
I was doing a movie, and these two young girls from California, my character was Uncle Jack. He says to me, she says, Uncle Jack, where do you learn how to talk like that? I says, what do you mean? She says, like an Italian. I said, what do you mean? She says, you talk like that all the time? I said, wait a minute, you think I went to like a school to learn how to talk like I talk? She says, you don't talk like that all the time. I said, yeah. She couldn't believe, she actually, I said, I could be, hey, how you doing? I could do all that stuff. But she actually thought that I went to a school of some kind to learn how to talk like I'm talking to you right now. Right,
but she wasn't saying like parli italiano. You weren't parli.
No. She said, like you talk like an Italian. I said, let me just tell you something. I said, she was from California. It's much different. I said, it's like soup. Whatever you put in comes out. I have a combination of where you grew up and your heritage, and whatever comes out comes out. People from Brooklyn sound a certain way. People from the Bronx, but the West Coast Italian type, I guess, speak differently than the East Coast, but I wasn't trying to put on or anything. She just thought that I learned how to talk like I talk was kind of fun.
Exactly. You were just being yourself, and
I don't know, but
it's two East Coast guys today. Artie Pasquale, actor, producer. I want to get into a few things here. After Sopranos ended, did you work right away?
Yeah. I got a lot of calls, and even continues today. Initially, playing that stereotype, mob guy or something
right.
Like that. But I'm either a mob guy, a detective, a lawyer. I've been a principal in a high school. I've been,
right.
I've been different roles. But yes, after that, certainly it helped me a lot because I went to a lot of different types of fundraisers and things of that nature, but yes, I can't deny that. It helped me a great deal.
Yeah, and we kind of get, as you know, in our business, we kind of get tagged with that, that's your character, that's your style. No, man, you're open to a lot of things given the opportunity. You can show them other skills than, the wise guy, that whole other thing. As we know, we were talking about James, and like I said, let me ask you something. You ever live out here on the West Coast, or everything back east?
No, everything primarily in the East Coast, yeah.
Right,
I get out to California a little bit.
What do you do? You get out here to... What do you do? You come and surf a little bit at Malibu, or what?
I surf for anchovies. I surf for anchovies.
Right.
By the way, how's the calamari there in Las Vegas?
Minchia, capite, Gunvari, the calamari is a little rubber, capisci? But one time I...
Imagine, right?
Well, let me...
I was talking to somebody the other day from the Midwest, and they were talking about the Italians. You gotta be kidding me. Italian food in New Jersey and New York, especially in New Jersey, the best restaurants in the world.
You better believe it.
This guy's telling me how good the calamari was in Indiana someplace. What are you kidding?
And Chicago, where I was raised too, got a little bit. But let me tell you something, a story real quick. I worked for Tony Danza for 15 years at his nightclub on Melrose in L.A. called Maddie's. Maddie's on Melrose. And I sang there and I performed for 15 years. And I'll tell you something. He had a beautiful Galamare, and it was like from Taylor Street, where you come from. It was beautiful. They did a very nice
Chicago,
job.
I'm sure, has a real good time. But generally speaking, you know, outside of the East Coast and Chicago, say, I
Right.
don't think a dine and food can compare, you know.
Right now, I got a guy, Tyler, saying East Coast is the best. Tyler, you must be from the East Coast. Yeah, East Coast. It's nice. And Jill, again, we got this. We have a girl that comes in every week. Scott will tell you, my engineer, and she says the most beautiful things. She had a book signed to her, which I've never been able to get to her, but she's saying you're a cool guy, and
Who's Gabagool?
yeah, Gabagool, you're a cool guy.
Tell her I said hello. Tell her I said hello.
Chill, all the guys like you. Everyone that's been on, they all like you and everything. I want to bring up just something real quick, with no disrespect to Artie, but I want to tell you, my friend just sent me this Cradle of Crime, Llewellyn Smiley. This is authenticated by the FBI, okay? This is the story of her daddy, Alan Smiley, gangster, Hollywood gangster, was sitting on the couch next to Bugsy. This is her story right here in my hands. She will be She will be with me next weekend, calling in from somewhere in Texas. But she just put out.
When she makes the movie, me and you should be in it. I guess.
I think I'd like to do something with you. I think I could, you know. I mean, I don't want to get into age and everything, but I think that, you know, I feel that we could do something. I got to bring my notes a little closer. You know, the eyes are going a little bad, but there are some things I want to ask you, and I want to leave a question for a friend that called me last night that really got into something. But let me see.
Well, you mentioned Brooklyn Banker, I think, didn't you?
Well, we want to. That's what we want. Thank you. Because, you know, you're on the air, you get a little stew-nod. So the bottom line is...
That was a good... Brooklyn Banker was a feature film that I was involved with that was in the theaters recently. It's still, I think, on demand. If your listeners go on demand, it's called The Brooklyn Banker. It's a movie with Paul Sorvino and David Proval, who might be, in my opinion, the best actor I ever worked with. David Proval, you know, he was in Mean Streets, Shawshank Redemption. And in The Sopranos, he played Richie Aprile. He was that evil-looking guy. You know, Janice's husband shot him at the table, if you remember.
Okay,
looking guy.
Exactly.
But a great guy.
And
a good movie. And the lead in there, the young lead, is Troy Garrity, who is Jane Fonda's son.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Huh?
So I'm serious. So check it out, The Brooklyn Banker. It's a good little film. It's got a little twist to it with some pretty good actors in it.
Well, I didn't know.
We're kind of working on the sequel to it. I'm going to do a play.
Well, I didn't know that was. I didn't know was. I don't mean to cut you off. I didn't know was that was the son. So that she had with someone else, but a very fun.
His father, if you remember, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, back in the '60s, he just passed away this past year. Was Hardin? Was it? Remember, he became a congressman. He was part of the.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about, yeah.
I forget, Tim Hardin maybe was his
That
name.
was the father.
Tim Hayden, I think.
Well, let me tell you that the gentleman did a wonderful job. I had to research it when I had your producer, Resigliano, on the show. I had to research the movie, not just because I had to, because he was on the show, but I enjoyed watching it. And I want to talk to you as an actor right now that the show really caught me is on the movement and the pace of the show is what really tied me into it. And Artie, by the way, you did a wonderful job.
Thanks. I get involved with that late, but it was nice. To mention Federico Castelluccio directed it, and for your listeners, he was Silvio in The Sopranos, the guy with the ponytail, if you remember.
Okay, so if you remember this, if you're tying it all in right now, I'm talking with Artie Pasquale. He's an actor, he's a producer, continues to work, real character actor, great look. Scott's showing you some pictures up on the screen for him. East Coast is the best. I've got a bunch of. I want you guys to chime in. Just hit the Joey Ciccone Show in chat. You don't want to tell me your real name? That's fine. Just use it. Use another name. By the way, I want to throw this out real quick. I got 5 seconds. If I get a fan of mine's information, okay, and it's legit, and you live here in Vegas, I want to have you as my special guest next week. Not next week. Llewellyn Smiley's on. Right before New Year, I want to have you as a special guest in my studio, just sitting over here in the corner, observing what we do. So please chat in. Joey and The Sopranos would have been great. Thanks, Jill. It's nice, but the show's done right now. Listen, you're watching the Joey Ciccone Show Connected. I'm with my buddy Artie out of New Jersey. We're going to be right back in about 2 minutes.